Hi, everybody.
Hello, we are Ryan and Bethany.
From Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we're talking about the top 10 games that we have played so far that came out in 2020. Obviously, a million games come out every year, and we're sure that we've missed some good ones, but we're going to try to play some more and maybe revisit this in the future. But as of now, this is just what we've played so far.
You'd have to miss games if there were a million.
I'm rounding up, I think, or maybe rounding down, who knows. There's a lot of games out there. But here's our personal top 10 so far.
All right, I just wanted to put a caveat out there that a lot of the games on my list are kids' games, and it's because the experiences that I have with my children really impact me, and so they really impacted this list. So enjoy that. Take that as it will. Anyway, my number 10 is a game I enjoyed. Ryan, I don't want to say loathed. He did not enjoy. It is Magnum Opus, The Great Work. So this is a card where you all have the exact same amount of cards and you're drafting them to play them. And so you play a card and you pass it, so on and so forth. Whoever has the majority of a certain card gets to take that card's action. You're just interacting with each other and trying to get money and potions, or not potions, ingredients to build your great Magnum Opus as the alchemist that you are.
All right, so my number 10 is Bites. This is a game that's all about picnic tables. Not picnic tables, not the tables themselves, but you're at a picnic and there's little ants running around and they're eating up the food. And you are the ants and you are collecting that food. The food's going to score you points based off of different things. So there's, over the course of the game, there's going to be different rules that change. Every time you play the game, you flip over a certain color of cards for these little chocolate pieces, these little wine tiles, and then obviously the scoring itself. And there's special rules. So each time you play, it's a completely different style of game. You never know what's going to score what until you set up that particular game. Yeah. So every game is different, and it's so cute. It's got these ant meeples, and they're huge ants. Yeah. And the food is like this kind of 3D food. It's unbelievable production.
The component quality is amazing in that game.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
All right, my number 9 is Color It, and this is a kid's game where you are rolling dice and then coloring on a sheet of paper based on what the dice is, or how the dice roll. And this is just a really fun, simple, relaxing game to play with our girls. It's like an adult coloring, but with a purpose with your kids. So if you like adult coloring and you have children, color it.
So my number 9 is Traintopia. This is a tile-laying game that basically is laying out tiles in front of your tracks. You're trying to get the tiles that are going to be the best for, commuters, the people who work where you are building the tiles. Also, you have tourists, and you're trying to ship goods as well. So you're trying to appease all three of those groups with these tiles. It's a really fun, light strategy tile game.
All right, guys, my number 8 is Starlink, and this is a game that I just really liked what it looks like. So you have all these little dots on the sky, and then you're trying to draw pictures. However, you can only draw pictures connecting a star to a star, so it's like you're making constellations in it. And the reason why it looks so cool is because you have this really dark blue board, and then you have this white dry erase marker that you're drawing on, and it just really pops out, looks super neat.
So my number 8 is Court of the Dead Dark Harvest. This is kind of a dark game, as the name suggests. Yeah, it's kind of macabre. So basically you have these souls that you're trying to save. However, there's these celestials that are also demanding that you pay them in souls. So what you're doing is kind of an auction, a blind bidding and blind auction kind of a game. We have to pay enough to appease these celestials while still trying to maintain as many of these souls as possible, trying to save as many souls as possible. So it's kind of has an economic feel to it. You're trying to spend and save. Whoever can save the best is going to win. But you're dealing with souls, not like dollars or anything. So it's really kind of dark, but very interesting. A lot of fun.
My number 7 is a 2-player dueling game, Katana. I just really liked the aesthetic of it. The card art was really neat, and I liked how you each start off your hand differently with how you're trying to protect your life. Basically, is arranged differently between each player, and it was just really fun, and I really enjoyed it, and I liked to play this one back to back.
My number 7 is the Alpha. This game has a true prisoner's dilemma in it. So you have these wolf packs, and basically what you're doing is you're hunting these other animals, your prey. And if you have a majority of your pack over somebody else's pack, you get to eat all the animals, all the meat from that prey. But if you tie, bison.
Oh, that's what I wanted.
But if you tie with someone, then you have the choice to either share with them or fight them. And if you both share, then you get to divide and both eat it. If you both fight, then neither one of you gets it. And if there's a third person who's also in the mix of that, they get what you were fighting over. But if you both decide, or one of you decides to fight, one decides to share, whoever fights is going to win. So it's got this really nice prisoner's dilemma that I've never seen that pure of a prisoner's dilemma happen in a game like that. Thought it was really interesting. And the little wolf meeples are super cute.
The woofles. Weefles.
Little weefles.
They had really fun colors too. What was it, like lime or something?
There's like a lime green wolf. You don't see that very often.
Like ever. Okay, so my number 6 is Loot of Lima, and this is a pure deduction game. You are all pirates trying to find the treasure, but you all have information that the other players do not have. I'm absolutely horrible at this game. I guess I'm not very good at deducing, but for some reason I still really like the idea of like Clue, but real. Like Clue, but better. Like all the childhood things coming back of still not winning, even as a child. But now at least the theme is better, and it makes sense, and it's, yeah.
So my number 6 is Cloud City. You are building an actual, like this city with these nice big 3D skyscrapers, and you're trying to build walkways across those different skyscrapers. But there's 3 different heights. There's a short, a medium, and a tall skyscraper. And the longer the skyscraper that you build, the more points it's worth. So you really want to maximize having your short ones kind of go underneath your tall ones and have this huge, crazy maze of walkways to maximize your score. It's so fun, and it looks great when you're done. But also, we played with an engineer friend of ours once, and we got schooled.
Like, wasn't even fair.
Yeah, it's like, this is what I do all day, every day. Just
She didn't say that.
no, but that's what it was. It was like just absolutely routine, just crushing us.
Yeah, I didn't even have to try. I didn't even have to teach her. She just like did it. My number 5 is Dragamino, and this is part of that series. Queen Domino, King Domino, all that stuff. But this is a kid's version of that. So you're placing these tiles, trying to get things to match up. Are these like domino tiles? Oh my gosh.
I think we had to go to the hospital. She had a stroke real quick there.
A stroke. Anyway, so you're playing these tiles, and you're trying to match up the terrain so you can get a dragon egg based on that terrain. And some of the dragon eggs have dragons in them, and some of them do not. But this was so much fun to play with my 3-year-old, 3.5-year-old. And when every time she got a baby dragon, she'd be like, "Ooh, he's so cute!" So cute. Every single time for the same one over and over again. But this is also a game that she asked for sort of by name. She called it the Baby Dragon game, but still, it was just really, really fun to play with.
She's not wrong. It is the Baby Dragon game.
It is the Baby Dragon game. Yeah, the Baby Dragon game.
So my number 5 is higher on someone else's list. I don't know who that could be, but wait till we get to her side of the list.
Yeah, it's me. So my number 4 is higher on Ryan's list because he's the only other person making this with me.
My number 4 is also higher on someone else's list, aka Bethany. So yeah, we'll just keep on waiting until eventually we get to one.
Okay, so my number 3 was, what was it yours? It was your...
My number 4.
It was your 4, and that is a Harry Potter House Cup. So, first of all, I'm a sucker for Harry Potter games. However, this was very different than all the other Harry Potter games that we had played. You were playing as a different house. So you still have the characters that you know and love, but you're trying to like basically up their stats so they can do other things, and you're trying to get your house, Harry Potter House Cup, the most stuff. So you are the most like points.
Like Ravenclaw, the best one, trying to get Ravenclaw to win.
Hufflepuff. It's always Hufflepuff. There are more Hufflepuffs than anything else out there. We will rule the world with our kindness.
I look forward to that. I really do.
But yeah, Harry Potter House Cup.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, it was my number 4. I love Harry Potter. I love worker placement. This was going to be a win for me no matter what. So my number 3 is Pendulum. Now a lot of people were talking about Pendulum when it first came out. They talked about it because it was a real-time game, and they loved or hated it because of that real-time aspect. But one thing that doesn't get talked about very often is there's a secondary way to play, which is not to play it with real time. So it's a really, really fun, interesting worker placement game with these timers that happen. But you can play without them as well and kind of have them as placeholders of where you can and can't place your people, but not actually have the sand running through them. And that's the way I love to play. And playing it that way made it so high. It's my number 3, obviously. But again, with the caveat of not necessarily the real-time way.
Yeah. I prefer the real-time way, but I just like chaos, so that's fun. I enjoy that
It's
stuff.
too heavy of a game to have sand timers running out. It's wild.
Great. It makes it to where I can potentially win, okay?
It's still fun.
You guys make mistakes, and then I can win. So it's
still fun, but I prefer it. It's number 3 status without the real time.
All right, guys. My number 2 is Ryan's number 5.
Sure.
Okay, and that was
Yes.
Tidal Blades Heroes of the Reef. And I gotta tell you guys, as soon as I saw this game, and we don't even have the deluxe version. We just have the normal version.
And it's like deluxe enough.
Yeah, I know. And when you place it on the table, I just really, I was like drawn into this world so much so that now I can only play with Echo because she's my favorite character, and I'm always rooting for her. So if you're an Echo person, you're on my team. Echo's a Hufflepuff.
Probably. It's yellow. The yellow piece. No, it's not.
No, she's like pink.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so it's really cool. I like how that's all laid out on the board and you're trying to, become this hero so you can fight these monsters as they're trying to break through again.
Yeah, I think that the world building around this game was unbelievable. Yes. The aesthetic of it was absolutely gorgeous. It's, like I said, worker placement, which I already said I love. But you have so few actions. I think you're only guaranteed like 12 actions throughout the game. So you have to really maximize each and every one. So yeah, I loved Tidal Blades. So my number 2 then was Project L. This is a game you're trying to fill these little puzzle cards. These really nice little kind of indented, kind of recessed boards, and you're filling in with these puzzles with these different polyomino pieces. So there's little 1-bit square or a 2 rectangle or a 3 rectangle or there's all different shapes, and you're drafting them so you can kind of spend actions to make your tiles bigger and bigger and bigger, or you can spend actions to grab more puzzles, and you can spend actions to fill in those tiles on those puzzles. I thought it was unbelievable. It's so fast, but at the same time, it's just so satisfying when you click those puzzle pieces in there and finish a puzzle. I love that game. Project L.
Yeah, I remember we played this with one of our friends, and he went out and said, I have to buy this right now.
Yeah, that's buy it.
I have to go buy it right now. Okay, so my number 1 is Zoom in Barcelona, and this game is just...
There's like no pomp and circumstance about that. Come on, it's number 1. This is the best of the best.
Oh, okay, you guys, this
is
moment
top,
right here is the most important moment in the entire video.
Yeah.
Is that what you want me to... It's better than your number 1.
Sure.
Yeah, because he wants me to make it so big. This is the most important part, and
you guys, we arrived. You did it.
We'll
Congratulations to you. Congratulations to us.
After this. We'll never find out what Ryan's was because this is it. Right?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's on your list, too, so you have to go backwards and say it.
That's true. Okay, so my number 1, like I said, was Zoom in Barcelona, and it's great, guys. So it's this game, and you're all competing in, like, this photography competition in Barcelona. So you're traveling along the boards, and you're trying to get the best pictures, but some of the pictures only look best at certain times of the day. So that's when you want to get them, but you also need to have space and storage for these pictures, and trying to get them in certain orders. And I thought this game was so great because it perfectly blended ease of entry with still being able to be competitive. I felt like this would be a great game to introduce to people who aren't gamers, but still something that I really enjoyed. I really want them to come up with other maps for the same system. I just want to see what else that they can do with this. But my number 1 was Zoom in Barcelona. That's it. We're over. It's all done now.
Well, you're number 5 then. You're number 5. My number 1 was Sorcerer City. So I know I said I didn't like the real time in Pendulum. That's because it's a strategy Euro game that you're competing with other people for spots on the board. This is kind of like a solitaire experience. So you have a little deck of tiles that you are building the city out as fast as you can. There's a timer. And you do it 5 times each round. In between them, you add in more tiles, you buy more tiles. You also get monsters added in, which kind of mess up your city. But again, you're just kind of building your own city. So you're doing it as fast as you can, laying out the tiles, bam, 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 and a monster comes out and destroys half your city. And then, oh man, but then later you get to buy some more tiles that are just phenomenal and kill some monsters. And The real time is great. Our version has these really nice metal coins, which are unbelievable. And yeah, it's just a really interesting way of doing kind of a deck building, tile laying, real time game. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's really fun. I have yet to win.
And I can't stop winning.
No, Matt beat you last time.
I can't stop getting second place.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you want to hear more from us, you can find us on Facebook or YouTube. We are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
Everybody, thanks for watching. We will see you next time.
Bye.